30% डाउन लगा
fuck do I use this? Watch a video.
Everyone deserves a more perfect digital experience when shopping online or using the apps that power their everyday life.
Whatever you have, it works right in the browser, and it also has a mobile companion app so you can preview your designs on a mobile screen. So there are really no downsides to starting with a tool like Figma. As you're watching the video, if you have any questions about how to do a particular effect in Figma, or any comment or something that you want to recommend, please put it in the comments below. And if you want to find out more tips about UI and UX, make sure to subscribe to our free newsletter. The link to that is in the description below. And it's a great resource for anyone starting in UI and UX. So this is the website. You just go to figma.com, and I'm already signed in, but you can sign up very quickly even with your Google account and get started. But before we jump right into Figma, I want to show you the way I would recommend to get started. So you just want to start practicing. Now for that, I'm not going to ask you to start designing something from scratch, because I believe that would be very hard with someone, especially if you're a complete beginner in this space and you have no grounding in design principles and things like that. So the best way for you to get started is actually to copy other designs. And the reason this is so good is because you can see how this design was created, so that when you get stuck on something, you can actually see how this person who created this file achieved a particular effect or look inside of Figma. And this is totally fine in the beginning, because you're not going to be selling these, you're not going to be saying that you designed something when you copied it from someone else. This is just for your own practice, and it's a really good way to get started. So as you can see here, this is what Figma looks like after you log in and start a file. And I haven't even shown you how to start a file, because I want you to use another file as your starting point as opposed to a blank file. And like I said, we're not going to cover everything that you can see here on the screen in terms of what all the various buttons do. We're just going to focus about how you can get started. Now to do that, I wanted to start off with a template, and what I literally did was I typed into Google Figma resources, and I got a bunch of results. I clicked on a few of them, and third one, called literally figmaresources.com, is a really good one, and I have it open here. So when you look at that, you'll find a bunch of free templates, and this is a great thing about Figma. There are a lot of free resources on the web that you can use to start practicing, to incorporate into your designs, so you don't have to start from scratch. And I picked one of these that is a food delivery app. open here. So the way it works with Figma is because it's all web-based, you can literally click this button here that says copy to Figma, and it will copy that file over to your Figma account. Well, first it's going to open it in a new browser tab where you can see it, and there might be even like other people viewing this file at the same time. But you can see here at the top that it says view only, and we want to be able to make edits to this. So what we do in this case when we're looking at someone else's file is we just click on the name and then we say duplicate to your drafts. So if you're signed into Figma, it's just going to create a copy of this file in your own Figma account. And that's exactly what I did. And I have it open in this tab right here. So you can see it no longer says view only like it says in that tab, and I can start editing this. All right, so now we have a copy of that file that we're gonna use as our starting point. So in Figma, as you can see, I can just scroll up and down to see the different screens in this file, and I can very easily rearrange them. You'll notice that in the original file, they were placed side by side, and I have more of a vertical arrangement, and I can just do that by grabbing the title and moving it around with my mouse cursor like that. I can also zoom in and zoom out with a pinch gesture on my trackpad. That way I can see all of my screens at once, or I can zoom in to see a particular screen. So let's say now I want to start copying this design. What do I do? Well, just to give you the basics, on the left here, I just have a bunch of layers, and then when I select an element, I get the settings for that element on the right, okay? So what I want to do now is create a rectangle like this for my own design. Now this has a specific shape, and this is called a frame. So the first tool you need to know about is the frames here, where you hit F on your keyboard, and anything I press will show here on the bottom left corner, so you know exactly what I pressed to activate a particular tool. And then I can start drawing a size, but now I don't know how to get the exact same size as this, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to click on this screen that exists already, and if I look at the frame here and I click on that, it shows me that this is using an iPhone 11 Pro Max, right? So this is a standard size, and what I can do in Figma is I can hit F again to go into the frame mode, and then I can select here from a bunch of templates, and I'll select iPhone 11 Pro Max, and then it automatically puts in a frame of the perfect size. I'll just place that right next to the original frame, and I can start copying the design, right? So I can see here that they have a fancy design element here with the purple, but let's keep things simple for now. Let's just assume I just want a purple background, right? So the easiest way I could accomplish this is I could either give this whole frame the background color, or I could draw a rectangle that's purple, right? That can be my background. So if I want to draw a rectangle, I can do that from here. You can see that this is the rectangle tool, and it already says like R next to it. So I'm gonna hit R on my keyboard and draw a rectangle, right? So I don't want it to take up, I don't need it to take up the whole screen. This is fine. And I can see by default this is purple, so I'll click on it and see here, like I said, whenever I select something, the settings for that element will be on the right. So I'll see here that here's the gray color, and I don't want it to be gray. I want it to be that purple, so I can either try to change these here, or I can use the eyedropper. This is something that you might already know from something like Photoshop if you've ever used an image application or anything like that. So I'll use that, and I'll pick this one, right? So this is good enough for now. Next, I want to create this card. So this is just another rectangle essentially, right? So I'll just draw another rectangle here and try to have it to be approximately the same. So I'll notice here that, well, the color is different and I don't have the fancy around it. So let's start with the color since we already covered that. And this looks like a very light gray. It's not white because I can see that the circle is white. So what I can do quickly grab the eyedropper tool, select here. So now I have the same color that's on the left here, right? But I can notice also that the corners here, it has these nice rounded corners that I don't have. And for that, right under the position and the dimensions, so if I change this is just changing the x coordinate. And these are the y coordinates. And by the way, I can change these by clicking and dragging. You see the cursor turns to this sideways arrow, and I can click and drag left and right to change these values, or I can type them in, right? I can also change the width and the height. And here is the angle for rotation, but what I want to focus on right now is the corner radius, right? So this is that rounding effect. So with the corner radius tool, I can adjust how rounded these corners are. Now I'm getting closer to the look of that original file, right? But I can see on the bottom that I have these rounded corners, but I don't want them because the original one doesn't have it. Now there is a fix for this in Figma, but the easy and cheating solution would be to just extend this beyond the frame, and then it's hidden outside the frame of the phone screen, right? But if you want to do it the correct way, you would come to the corner radius and you would click on independent corners. And what this allows you to do is set each corner independently. So if I change this to 0, you'll see that it's no longer rounded. And if I want to keep the top rounded but not the bottom, then I just change the bottom ones, right? And now it looks correct. Now the next thing would be to create the circle. And the way to create a circle is from the shapes menu, you have an ellipse, which you can also do with the letter O on your keyboard. Now by default, you'll be able to draw kind of a circle with any aspect ratio, but if you want it to be a perfect circle, all you need to do is hold shift on your keyboard as you're dragging, and it'll just be a perfect circle. Now, if I want to find out the exact dimensions of this, I can click once, and I can see on the left that I've selected the whole group. I can double click again, and I can still see that I haven't selected the circle. I keep double clicking, and now I have the circle, and it shows me that it's 104 by 104. So I'll go here and change the dimensions of my circle here, and I'll type 104, and now I have something with the exact dimensions. Now I want to know where to place this, right? How high should it be? Because I don't know a lot about spacing right now, and I just want to copy what the person did. So again, I'll double click here, double click again, and now I've selected this, and I want to know how far it is from that edge. And the way I can do that is I hold Option on a Mac or Alt on a Windows computer, and that will show me the distance from all of the neighboring elements. If I hover over the text here, you can see it's showing me it's 24 pixels. If I select the card, it's showing me the distance between all of the edges here, right? And so what I want to know is that it's 64 pixels away from the top. And so I select my circle, and then I can start, while holding Option, I can hit the down arrow, and now I have 64, right? And I can see that left and right is perfectly center, and Figma will help you do this. If you move something, it will snap to the center, as you can see here. And now I have my circle in the middle, right? Let's quickly change the color. Now we're experts at this. This is just white, so this is very easy. Now, there's also here an icon, and icons are things that you'll often need when designing mobile interfaces, because you'll want to have an icon for a home screen or something like that. And you can literally Google free Figma icons, and again, you'll have a result from Google that says here are 460 free icons. And this is also a Figma file. So I can literally come here. This is a Figma file. I just hid the interface here by right-clicking. You can hide the interface. And I can come here and select an icon. Let's say I want to copy this one. I literally just use the copy shortcut, which is Command-C or Control-C. I come back to my file and I paste that element, right? So now I have that icon, and Figma also helps you with positioning. It automatically centers things as you're moving them around. So if I resize this without any modifier keys, it might distort the image. So I'll do Command-Z, and what I'll do instead is hold Shift, like we did with the circle. That way it'll always resize perfectly. And what I can also do is that if I already have this centered, I can hold both Shift and Option or Alt on a PC and start resizing, and it will resize from the center out, right? So this will just save you a little bit of time, right? So now I have my icon, or I can alternatively just grab this icon, double click, and double click again. And now I've selected this icon. I can delete the one that I already have and paste it here. And now I flash, and I just type delete icons because this might not have everything that you need. And another thing that would be very handy for you is somewhere to get free images to use in your designs, because as you can see here, those will come in very handy in a lot of applications. And so let's say that I wanted to get an image here instead of this blank color, since I can't do this fancy effect yet, and we don't want to focus on fancy effects just yet, right? So one.
Good night, sweetie. I think I just threw up on someone. Say, you're so cute. Am I your mommy? You're my mommy. I can. You're my mommy.
Queen Julia! 18th birthday!
Give it again.
You get one leg, I get one leg, we toss. Ready?
One.
3, 2. You got Eric's eye.
That was insane.
Website is called Unsplash, and I just typed delivery in search, and I found this image here. And with Figma, it's very easy to paste in an image. Literally, all I have to do is come to Unsplash, right-click on the image, then I can copy the image, go back to my Figma file, I select the background so that it pastes it over this particular area, and I hit Command-V or Control-V if you're on a PC. And then I can just reposition this. I'm not going to worry too much about perfect positioning or fancy effects, but this is how easy it is to get an image in, right? Now let's quickly finish this screen. Now the next thing that I need is text here that says non-contact deliveries. I can see that the size is 34 and it's bold, right? So I'm gonna apply the same settings. So I'm gonna click moving along, and you can do this as someone who's never used Figma before or any design tool. Now I need a button, so for that I'm gonna hit the rectangle key again on my keyboard and just do this, right? Then I'm gonna cheat and look at the dimension.
Baba. Both Babas. My wrestling starts at 9:30 tomorrow, so I have to be there at 8. So I have to leave at
1 hour from here.
7. So I have to sleep at 11. No, 10. So I can wake up at 6, get ready by 7, leave, reach there by 8, and then have an hour and a half to be fine.
What time you want to leave from here?
7.
No, 7 is too.
7 is.
Because all I need to do is drop. Do you need anything? Do you need me to buy anything for you there?
No.
किती वाजेपर्यंत आहे माहिती का?
And what time they want to start? The whole day? You will be there whole day?
Yeah.
But really you want to do all this?
Yeah. That's why I would have a car typically.
Huh?
This button.
Typically I would have a car.
So 374 again. And
Typically I would have a car. It's not a big deal. It's only a big deal. Now other people have to take care of me.
so I'm gonna do that.
You kill the car.
374
What can I do?
Someone
and
killed my car.
56.
Someone killed my car.
And now
Yeah,
I'm
everybody.
gonna center it
This attitude, everybody
and
is
see
responsible
how
for
far
your-
it is from the element above it. So that's 48. But my element is different here, so that's okay.
And
You don't need to worry about
now
that.
You
So
have to prioritize your goals. Now this thing is done, right? School is done and all that, right?
what I can
And
do
you want to
is
prioritize gym?
have the height here adjust automatically to the text, and I think I have an extra line, that was the reason. So now I can remember what this number was again.
When
So
you want to
this
sleep?
is 48.
When you want to sleep?
I'll sleep at 10.
And
Atlantic City might have
there
a train.
would be like this.
Something.
All right, perfect. So now I'm gonna grab the color and let me see if I can also steal the corner radius. So this shows 8, perfect.
वो है ना,
Here.
post drop करें ना.
But he'll go in the evening.
Now I need
late
some
in the
text to go on top.
evening. Because the last
Let me see
match,
what the
unless
settings for
everybody
that
loses,
are.
The championship.
So
you have
SF
to-
Pro text.
You have to think, is it really worth it? Because the championship will end at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
and you will be coming at midnight, like 1 a.m.
So?
No, is that a priority for you? Or
Yes.
you want to relax and sit?
No.
Bold. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
इतना बस ना.
And
And if I lose early, then I can leave on my own, or you'll take a train or something.
बस है बस जितना न्यूयॉर्क की बस है.
Okay.
डायरेक्ट बस अटलांटिक सिटी टू न्यूयॉर्क.
15. So do that real quick. It actually copied it over because I started editing that. And so I say order now,
क्या ट्रेन ही है इसमें अटलांटिक.
all caps, and I'll just center this
ट्रेन.
Greyhound bus, 17 bucks.
and to make it white. That's very easy. I don't need to grab that color. And now I'll just copy this, and you can copy an element real quick either by and
Greyhound is there.
Hmm?
अटलांटिक सिटी में न्यूयॉर्क 2 तास.
New York Port Authority, New York. 1 passenger. What date is tomorrow? Sunday?
ट्रेन नहीं है. ट्रेन वाया इधर में जाता है.
Should go to Philadelphia and then.
Yeah, that's not. Bus.
There is, okay, there is a bus at 11:40, 12:10, 3:10 to take you to New York. There's 12:10 bus is sold out. 11:40 there is one bus. Last bus is at 5:40 p.m.
5:40.
Yeah, and there's one bus here, Greyhound bus. Where are you looking at?
नाही बाकीचे बसेस असणार आहे. एनजे ट्रान्झिट वगैरे असते.
No, Greyhound is the only one, no?
बसबर्ड म्हणून ॲप आहे बसबर्ड.
Greyhound to okay. This is stupid. Just to Stanford.
भरपूर बसेस आहे. हे बसबर्ड म्हणून ॲप आहे त्यात भरपूर बसेस आहे. और बस
Where's the New York Port Authority?
That is near Times Square, 31st Street. Then you can take a train from there and come.
When's the last minute time I could buy this ticket?
You can, if it's available, you can buy, but you have to look at where they stop. Greyhound, Atlantic City, where they stop. Right?
रिसॉर्ट कसिनो नाही तरी काही. जिकनी अटलांटिक सिटी जिकनी बस स्टॉप.
Find a bus stop. City. What is the city? Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Atlantic City bus station.
और PM ला ही आहे.
Boston. Oh, you can take the to Boston. Maybe there must be one. Can you look from Atlantic City to Stanford? There might be a bus that goes directly to Stanford or Boston. You can drop in between.
So it's 12 minutes away.
No, Atlantic City to yeah. So Stanford Greyhound. Check.
Stop us nothing. Couldn't find.
It's a different Stanford.
Huh? Stanford City. Because the bus that goes to
No, it doesn't go.
huh?
Doesn't go.
Do one thing. Look for white pins.
नाही बॉस्टनचे
Has to be there.
हे सगळ्या ठिकाणी वाया स्टॉप ऑफ न्यूयॉर्क न्यूयॉर्क.
No, they go to Stanford. Let's see. 0.
Okay, look for one to White Plains.
I'll just go to New York and get the train.
Yeah, it's easy, no?
हा ना.
नाही तर अटलांटिक सिटीमधनं समजा कारण याचं मॅच झाल्यानंतर पूर्ण दिवसभर कोच पडले राहील ना. ही माइट बी डन बाय 11 AM.
AM?
Yeah. So he'll have to spend whole day there.
To wait for the results?
No, for other players. No, coach सोबत जाईल तर coach until the last player is playing, the coach will stay there. No?
He has to stay there until last?
Yeah, if he decides to go there tomorrow. समजा तो गेला उद्या तर त्याचा पूर्ण कोच आहे ना, कोच जेव्हा निघेल त्यासोबत निघेल ना तो. मी तर पिकअप नाही करत.
अच्छा.
Do you want me to stay there until 12?
पहिली मॅच होऊ दे ना. पहिला मॅच
Just go.
Huh?
Go. I'll figure it out.
पहिली मॅच बघून घे कसं होतं त्याच्याने तुला कळणार.
I don't want you there.
You can stay in car.
I like going to these tournaments by myself, and I do fine usually.
Yeah, you're like Aditi.
What?
So today I just went for her dress rehearsal.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't want me to stay there and watch her.
He's like, go, you sit in the car, don't come here, you sit in the car.
You sit in the car is comfortable. This guy was giving work, he gave me five times he sent me out.
Well,
Yes.
To get?
Something. Get me charger, get me burger, get me this, get me that.
So how many matches do you have tomorrow? One?
Depends, right? If he
Depends on the
at
qualification.
least two will be there. Right?
There's no trains tomorrow though. Buses tomorrow.
No, it is there. I checked just now.
No, it's just 5:24,
Yeah, you
5:17.
could take an Uber to somewhere. And then take the bus from where you get dropped off.
There's no bus though. Depart.
There must be.
Bus buddy download करो. Bus buddy बंद कर दे.
First we
Busbud.com.
Living from
Oh,
Atlantic City, going to, let's say.
oh, they're sold out.
Sunday, huh? Search. We couldn't find it too. Okay. Edit search.
Hey Rohan? Bedroom से ताला लगा कारण कि तो आवाज सा तो
Does
तेरा
Ron
सा.
still have school?
Huh?
Does Ron still have school
Yeah,
tomorrow?
yeah. Tomorrow is Sunday, right?
Yeah.
No, day after tomorrow.
Yeah, yes.
So 10:40 a.m. Atlantic City. There's a bus.
There's no bus.
Yeah, I can
At
see.
10:40 a.m.
Yeah, 12. There is one for 12:10.
When is your last day in the school? When is school ending?
2-3 weeks.
2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
So where are you going in Europe?
Greece, Italy,
Are you going alone or are you going with friends?
France,
Um,
Switzerland, Amsterdam, Spain.
And how many days? How many days you are going for?
Well, I'm going with 3 for sure, and 4
3
maybe.
weeks?
How long I'm going?
Yeah.
4 weeks.
4 weeks?
So
Listen, there is there is another called Our Bus. Listen, it goes from Tropicana, it goes from Showboat Atlantic Resort Casino.
कोणत्या ह्याच्यात आहे तुझं?
What is this? What is our?
Win the matches.
What is the name of the place? Harrios or something.
I nudge it up using my arrow keys.
Can you make more mango lassis?
Yeah.
Can you make a lot so I can be full today and tomorrow?
I told him to make a lot.
Right?
It's
And
very
as you-
आनंद लगे ना.
Should I go?
Right.
Big yogurt है ना?
See, the screen is
पण जास्त नसणार. Going to
I'll go with anything.
There is a
Go
bus
on.
at 1:15, 1:30, 4
दूध
p.m.
सब
To New York.
Yeah, Airbus. 4 p.m., 4 p.m., 4:15 p.m. Do Google. Can you check?
अरे ते बस
Caesar, this is Caesar.
अरे बसबड मध्ये जा तिथे
Bus बड़ा मध्येच आहे.
हां ते give all the options.
No, but here to look at the bus stop, how far it is.
Busbud.com.
Yeah.
Busbud.com.
Because even if you drive or do anything, it is going to take the same time, right? No, Stanford there is nothing. You have to put New York.
New York लो सर.
All the Chinese people come for betting, no?
Yeah, my bus drive is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Mask. They might be mask mandatory or something.
I could stay, but Yash doesn't want to stay.
Good.
415 जी बस है.
Bus terminal. No, there are a lot of buses. 115 पण आहे.
ट्रॉपिका वरनं निघतो.
130 आहे. I think Caesar. We are in Caesar. This is owned by Caesar.
You can just walk around.
Caesar's Atlantic City.
Our prime, our bus.
You can call an Uber and go there.
But I think this is owned by Caesars. Where we went, it is owned by Caesars only.
So
So there is a 1:30. There's one bus at 1:30. Then there's one bus at 4 p.m.
outbound. Doesn't even tell you where it is.
No, the entrance is just generally where they drop off people, correct?
Caesars. I don't know what Caesars is though.
Caesar is the first one when we enter from 73. First one, when you go to Atlantic City, first casino is Caesars.
We were at Caesars.
Oh, Caesars Atlantic City.
Any delay? Aichad darshan na?
Where is our? Can you check?
Our bus se aichad any delay karo.
खाली मैंने बघितलं ते.
Indoor nearby.
Caesars.
Atlantic City.
Okay, so I'll go to Caesars Casino tomorrow.
पहले से match.
Can I
मॅच
buy
किती वाजता आहे उद्या सकाळी 10 वाजता
9:30?
7 minutes. Hara is pretty far. Hara Resort. Therefore, there is 7. There's another one, right? It's not just Caesar. There's another place.
I'll call an Uber and I'll go there. That's not too big of an issue. Okay,
But times are fixed. You cannot.
no issue. Possible. Do you think I'll be able to book some tomorrow?
Yeah.
Last second.
Because you don't know what time you're gonna go, right? Depending on how many you win. Because you could be done by 11 a.m. also.
पहले कितने मिनट का मैच है? 10 minutes?
No, 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 or 3 minutes. Have it?
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
6 minutes, and then when is the next match?
It depends.
If you win first one.
No.
I have no idea.
Depends. There will be 2 matches most probably.
Alright, cool. Busspot.com, I'll figure it out tomorrow.
And you can do this as someone who's never used Figma
What is
before
this?
or any design tool.
UX
Now
app.
I need a button, so for that,
Okay.
I'm gonna create a rectangle.
त्यांची फी किती आहे? How much is your fee? Your
Just
college
do
fee?
this,
Yearly?
right? And
40,000 or 50,000.
40?
I'm gonna
40
shoot
or
and
40
add
including down. Are you going to stay down?
this button.
Compulsory.
First year compulsory.
No, first 2 years is compulsory.
First 2 years is compulsory.
For down to 10,000, 15,000.
मला असं वाटलं की only first year is
I
compulsory.
don't
So
I don't know
Redbox
if
is
DOM is
still here?
included or not.
Redbox is still here? Really? They got rid of it. Wow.
56.
Yeah, good.
Anybody is going from your
Now-
school with you? Any friends?
No.
I'm gonna center
Most of
it.
the people are not going to California, right?
and
Most of
so
them
When
are-
I travel 6 hours.
from the element above it, so that's 48.
Keep inviting me.
He's never used Figma or any design tool. Now I need a button for that.
Oh, चालेल.
I'm gonna hit the rectangle key
Huh?
on the keyboard and just do
It's
this.
in the draw. समोरच्या
this button.
अरे तू check हे
Reset the phone again.
आपण हे म्हणू शकतो
ते नाही पाहिजे मला. अच्छा म्हणजे मला ते नुसतं नाही पाहिजे.
हा नाही तुला कॉम्प्युटर
हा? ते
And
बाजूला समोरच्या क्लोजेटमध्ये. नाही.
now I'm gonna center it and see how far it is from the element above it. So that's 48. But my element is different here, so that's okay. You don't need to worry about that. So what I can do is have the height here adjust automatically to the text. I think I have an extra line, that was the reason. So now I can what this number was again. So this is 48. And 48 like this. All right, perfect. So now I'm gonna grab the color and let me see if I can also
बस कचरा झालाय तिथे.
Can you make like a big shake?
You make it what you want. I'll get yogurt for you. You do whatever you want.
Whatever you made today, mango lassi.
Mango lassi.
How much mango lassi? Are you not? You're not gonna make dinner now? Are you done with dinner?
What's dinner? What's for dinner?
I made sunwadi. You like sunwadi?
What is that?
The wadi
Huh?
with the gravy.
What?
We have butter
What you
chicken.
dinner खाना नहीं मैं इतने खाना yogurt अजून क्या पाहिजे? किती पाहिजे? हाँ? कोणतं काय काय आणायचं?
Now I need some text to go on top.
हाँ?
I don't know काय पाहिजे. I have to go in the fridge. What do you want for breakfast tomorrow?
Eggs.
Eggs we have.
किती पाहिजे eggs?
How many eggs do you have? 5
5.
I have.
And then
And then
banana. And then
Yes.
you have avocado?
Avocado.
नहीं है.
Give list to Kaka. He's gonna do it.
Send me a text what you want.
Okay.
Because I didn't get time in the weekdays to go because of Aditi.
काय काय पाहिजे मी आणतो सांग.
आपल्याकडे आलापिनो आहेत तिखट वाला.
अरे ते घेऊया.
नाही.
आलापिनो द्यायचं ते.
खायला पिणं नाही पाहिजे मला स्वीट वाला पाहिजे.
कुठे आलापिनो कशात आपल्याकडे?
ते काय काय पाहिजे?
कुठे आहे
नील.
द
आता भाजीत होतं ना चिकन वर.
त्याला कांद्याचा वास आला.
नाही खायला पिणं नाही.
नील काय काय पाहिजे लोक सांग.
ग्रेपफ्रूट ज्यूस पाहिजे आपल्याला.
From where? From the store?
हां?
From the store.
हां योगर्ट पाहिजे अजून काय पाहिजे?
He wants banana, eggs, bread आणि
No, just avocado, yogurt.
आणि avocado. बस ते.
avocado आणि yogurt.
आणि apples घेऊन या. आणि ती apples मागवत होती.
Yogurt, avocado, eggs.
I think तिला काय पाहिजे मी घेऊन येतो.
She wants apple.
Apple पाहिजे.
Banana जाणं जेवढंच
तुम्ही घेऊन आलो.
Banana, you want, are you going to buy the grocery there or you want me to pack tonight and give it?
No, don't eat. They're all just eat that bagel shop.
Do you want bagels for tomorrow?
No.
No, it's available there.
आणि अंडे कसे बॉईल करून खातो तू की ऑमलेट खातो? Omelette?
Nothing in it, just cheese and salt, pepper.
What cheese?
No cheese.
Any cheese?
No cheese.
Oh, no cheese. Just salt and pepper.
आणि यश काय खाणार?
आणि यश काय खाणार?
Same.
Same?
Mm-hmm.
How? Okay, मग एक सो थोडं घेऊन या.
Oh, sorry.
So,
काय तुला मी घेऊन येतो.
नाही सर काय बसून
नाही तो
So, quick.
चला सर.
नाही
It actually copied it over because I started editing.
सर तुम्ही गाडीवर बसून वाचलं घरी.
Order now. Tabs. And I'll just center this. And white. So easy. I don't need to grab that color. And element real quick, either by selecting it and doing Command C, Command V, and it'll paste it right over it. So if I move it here, you can see it goes white on white. Or I can hold Option or Alt, and that'll also duplicate the element. So this is a little bit faster. Let me change the color of that to be the color of the dismiss. So I'll just grab that from here, right, and move it under the button, change it to dismiss. The last thing I want to see is how far away it was. So that was 32. And, oh, sorry, not from the button, it's 32. And there. Now you've created something that's very, very close to the original design. As you can see, starting with a template that's already in fit.
And you start thinking about some design principles. What even is this? Page 1. Okay, this seems easy. This seems. Let me use the bathroom quickly.
Is that your charger? I don't want to forget your charger. Is this yours?
No,
Whose is it then?
probably my dad's. My dad's.
I'm just sitting next to your face.
Oh, it's in the wrong fucking. Whatever. Escape. Escape. Okay. Time. Okay. What are some principles here? MVP simple features, things to remember. MVP simple features. Requires fucking thought, foresight. Okay.
never heard of this. Baby. Blow up the sex in corruption.
Okay. Related to the fucking. Flies.
Guys, we're at that point of the night where you take ketchup and you put it into a bag of Costco chicken. I thought that was tuna. No, it's chicken. Tuna sucks. Oh, I hate tuna. I was excited to say you use tuna. I took a shower.
Fuck.
Aditi! 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 अरे यार इसमें इतना है अदिति घालते अरे ऐकायला गेलं एक काम कर खाली जाऊन ते मँगोचे रिव्ह्यू करतो
am I just convincing myself again? What the fuck do I call it? Oh.
Should I finish it? Yes. Sachin Kaka, is there a lassi over there? Sachin Kaka, is there a lassi over there?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I'll be back in a sec.